Alright, started recording, realized that this cable for this is wrapped around my phone. Now my phone's junk now. New one's coming Sunday. It's a little beat up at this point because of all the cracks it took from the pavement. But come on out. I need it to work until Sunday when my new one comes. This box is new. Well, it's new to this video, and the reason is that when I work on something like this, I don't have to worry about these chisels falling on the damn floor and, you know, impaling my foot, which is a bad day, right? I am up on my tetanus shot. I got it before I left Maryland, but that doesn't mean I want to use it, right? So, what I wanted to show here was, I know this isn't wand 3. This is a different one. This is actually, I think I've shown it before, but this is from the Banyan tree, and the wood is quite soft. It's a deadfall from the Banyan tree, so you'd figure it'd be a little bit more substantial than some of the driftwood stuff, but no. In fact, I don't even want to use chisels on it because it's weak. Okay, super weak. I don't know if you can see it, but if I use, you probably can't feel it. You're not going to be able to feel it. So this stuff is actually really brittle. If I were to take my thumb and stick it on here, it would be a deep dent. If I were to take and put a chisel down on here, put some decent pressure with a file on here, it would break. When it gets this thin, I have others that are not this thin. They're very sturdy, but this particular one is not all are. As you can see here, I've got only a few red lines from where I'm going to work to try to taper this down more, because I don't want to use a chisel on it because it'll take too much stuff off at once. But let me set that aside. I just kind of wanted to show you. You probably can't see it, but that it's very grainy. It's more like it's taking off slivers than small wood flakes, right? So just go ahead and move that to the side. All right, back to biz. So last time was about, well, the video's still uploading, but you know, I'm not impaired by that. So last time I think we decided to just go ahead and start taking this neck in and then basing the rest of the stuff kind of off the neck. I do have to be able to taper this down here, and that's probably gonna be the defining factor. Once I start to feel like this angle is becoming like too acute, I'll have to call it, or I'll have to bring this down more. I'm just not sure. I mean, you're not going to see it when you're looking at it like this. It's not going to be quite as apparent, right? Because it's not going to have a straight head anyhow, just the way this wood has worked. But still, if you're gonna put it like on a wand stand or something like that, then I want it to be at least be pleasing inside aspect also. And then once I take some of the sides in a little bit more, then we'll work on trying to make these humps a little bit more reasonable, unless we feel they don't need to be. But I doubt that I would feel that way. So let's go ahead. Let's cut it on in. I'm going to color it more back here, you'll notice, because I want some transition space here. And if I take it out immediately, that might be a little low. But if I take it out immediately, then that it doesn't give me that wiggle room that I might need. Okay, I can work with that transition later. I don't really need to do it now. So let's go ahead. In this video, we're probably just going to focus on these two areas here, all the way around, and then kind of take a look after each round and then see what we need to do so it doesn't look stupid. I mean, that's a pretty technical term, right? That's a highly technical way of looking at it, so it doesn't look freaking stupid. All right, I'll probably actually use this little bad boy now. It still has that little chip there. I don't have my angle grinder, not my angle grinder, my oh, I can't believe it. Anyways, I can't believe I can't think of the name right now. Anyway, my grinder, tabletop circular grinder, that you would use to sharpen tools and things like that, which is what I would use to level out that chip in there. I don't have one anymore because it got ruined the first time I moved to Hawaii, and all my stuff was outside. It was covered, but it was outside, and it covered porch, and so I didn't want to waste it. My concern here is I have a 12-inch bandsaw that I have to keep near the door, and I'm afraid that it's going to, due to the breeze and stuff, it's going to, sorry, I'm concentrating, rust until it's not worth anything. So I'll probably just have to sell it, and then if somebody wants to purchase one, which are hard, they're hard to get here. Anything that's heavy is hard to get here, right? Unless you're a rich company, because it has to be shipped. And if you can't get it through Amazon, then you have to go through special shipping companies to try to get it. You might actually be surprised at stuff they won't ship here. At least they wouldn't the last time I was here, which is less than 3 years ago. Now Amazon has moved in since then. That has changed some of the delivery times. I don't say prices, but times. But like, I couldn't get larger sizes of insect repellent. Probably because they wanted me to have to go buy them at Walmart, right? Now, why would I need that? Because our last place we were at, it backed up onto a wild growth area. So it was DOD land. We were living on DOD facility, and so it wasn't developed at all. There's no housing back there. There were no roads. It's just wild. So there were a lot of bugs, a lot of mosquitoes, and I'm a mosquito magnet. Usually people say, oh, I usually get bit so much, but I didn't this time. And they look over my legs, and I'm freaking looking like I'm wearing a polka dot dress. And I'm not kidding either. Right? It's bad. So I like to have that stuff on tap. Hell, I would inject it if I could. All right, not really. Don't do that. That's stupid and toxic. Don't do that. But that's like, there's no diet does it. Changing soaps doesn't do it. It just doesn't do it. I have that. I've known that I've had acidic skin for like a really long time. Actually, I can eat the lacquer off of a trumpet in no time flat. I know, because I accidentally did it in high school. And I didn't know why at the time, and it's because my skin is a lot more acidic than normal, and apparently that makes you exceptionally attractive. So if there's that special someone out there, maybe a second wife in the animal kingdom. Are insects in the animal kingdom? Shit, it's been too long since I've been in school. Anywho, all right, this little dull. Anywho, yeah, I am like ground zero for mosquitoes, so I was really into that. Citronella is not enough. They laugh at that. It's pretty cute. I am so attracted to mosquitoes that they find the areas I don't coat, and that is exactly where I get bit. Right? And usually it's like maybe a 1-inch area or something, and that's where I get bit. So I'm a pretty attractive guy to them, and you know, maybe I was a mosquito gigolo in a former life or something. I don't know. I mean, I'm not getting paid for it now, so I might as well, right? Do they have an OnlyFans for mosquitoes? All right, so all right, here we go. Oof. I feel like the pitting problem is just kind of getting a little bit worse the smaller we go. I think it's just because the angles are getting just a little bit tighter. It kind of just accents the differences between them, right? hope you guys saw that. Yep, okay. I usually try to pay attention to that, but sometimes I just get involved. And I was talking about being a mosquito gigolo, and then all hell broke loose. But I didn't get bit. Shazam. Alright, so... ooh, see, yeah, that tore out there. Okay, can't do that. I mean, this area needs to be smooth. It doesn't have to be great. Oh, I gotta be careful here. Shit, don't fucking cut me. Oof. Go. Alright, so far so good. So good. Let's go. Alright, not too bad. Since I'm at it, screw it, let's do it. Alright. Oof. Alright, come on now. Don't want me getting hasty. Ooh. Shit. 11 minutes. Hell yeah, we got time. Let's roll. Alright. You know what? I'm just going to leave that here. So, the fan's blowing down there. As you can kind of see, some of the stuff's going. But it's blowing a little bit further than I had intended. It also means it's blowing away from my lungs. So, really important when you're working on that Slim Jim over here. Right? And it's more flaking off than it is actually getting filed. So, but flaking off the small level, so it's still useful. If it was just like, you just get ripped the hell out, I would literally have to go down to just sandpaper. And I might take a block of wood or use something like this and just put the paper on here, so that way I'm trying to get it, you know, level, right? All right, with that. All right, this still isn't bad. It isn't bad. It's not terrible, right? That's okay, I think. Afraid I'm gonna go like this and, you know, cut my hand or something. All right, accentuated, yeah, accentuated. I want to do it more, but I just don't know that I should. I do have to have, since it keeps hitting these sides here, that actually means I have to spend more time feathering this down, right? And I'll have to level that, spend some time leveling that out, and I'll have to do kind of the same over here, but it's not quite as bad. You have the same problem here, you can kind of see with the chipping out. So I'm really not sure that I'm going to be able to get this much thinner without just going straight to a file. And I don't like this file here. I think is a bit too thin. I want to remove it a little bit more aggressively at that point. I do like the angle of it though, right? The thickness of this, you know, that's pretty good. I mean, it fits about right. But I'll probably end up using this one and this side because it'll remove it a little bit more aggressively. Now it's not a cross file; it's a single direction file, because all the grains go one way, right? All the direction. Like here, you can see it kind of crisscrosses both ways. You could use this either direction essentially, and that's fine. That's what it's for. If this was curved, I would probably choose this side, but it's not, and so I'll probably go down to this. And since this is rusty, and I'll probably leave a little bit of rust on it, I'll just have to sand that off, which I'm going to do anyhow, so it's not that big a deal. But it can't be part of my final smoothing process, which it shouldn't be anyhow, right? That should really be either files that I've protected so they don't have rust, or more likely we're going to be using just sandpaper for that. and then going down. My 320 stuff did come, so I've got like what 150, 180, 220, and then 320. So that should work. I mean, usually I plan on only going straight to 220 after I get done with my file work. So that'll work out just fine. And then we'll start that rinsing process, which just takes forever. You gotta sand it, rinse it, sand it, rinse it, right? And you have to let it dry in between. So, okay. Oh crap, I just totally forgot what I said about reusing files or... What am I gonna do? Make a decision. Alright, now I can tell I need to take this down because this is a little bit too severe. And this is really just the focal point here to say, hey, this is a humped being, I suppose, right? So we can actually go a little bit. There we go. And removing that, and then that fresh oil exposure. There we go. Let's take a look, shall we? Ooh, check it out. All right, let me work on. Let's work on some of these because I'd rather be in a better emotional state when I file this thing. Right. So what should be going on here? I mean, this will probably get removed anyhow, so I guess it really doesn't matter, but peace of mind, better emotional state. All right. Otherwise, not better emotional state. Otherwise known as hell yeah, I didn't screw it up. This isn't quite the same angle. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it does have to be decent, right? Sometimes it won't look that way. Just now here, it generally needs some stuff removed, but sometimes it won't look that way just because of coloring right there, right? So keep that in mind. See what I mean about that angle? I was concerned about that angle. That's why. It's kind of like a cascade of chipping because the two different directions are going here. So, all right. See, probably just gonna have to take out get it as good as I can, and then just take it to a file. I mean, at some point you can plan and plan and plan. You can try and try and try, but at some point, you know, you're just gonna have to just do it. Of course, I say that having been whining and deliberating over this mouth area for how long now? But you could technically say weeks, and that would be correct. But really, it's mostly like hours of actual work because I don't think about that mouth when I am not working on this piece of wood. Somebody can take that and turn that really bad way. Anyways, dirty minds. Let's go here, smooth this out some. And part of the reason I'm doing that is I kind of want to see what it's going to be like for the file too, because I do have some rounded files. They are conical. Some are just straight up round. Most of them are more like screws, kind of in the way they're shaped. There we go. See that? That's a little. Come on. And so I kind of want to. I'm kind of also wanting to see, because if they get caught on it, they can still kind of strip it out. But if I can remove that issue beforehand, then it really isn't one, is it? So let's curve this just a little bit more here. Tear out, okay. Sometimes it's not really tear out, it's just different layers of the wood just kind of separate. I think I said that before, but just in case I didn't, I'm sure there's some arborist, maybe, eventually, who might watch this and just had to turn it off from all my terminology. Oops. I'd apologize, but I don't get paid what you get paid to do this, man. So we're cool. All right, I'm just gonna have to call it there. All right, that's pretty good. What's my time? Time is 21. All right, well, it's gonna have to be it then. All right, well, I didn't get done as much as I thought I would, but we still got a lot done tonight. Overall, we made some decisions. We made some cuts and some shallowed some things out that can't be undone, and are helping us define the other shapes that we need to then take down on or smooth out, so we can take it to, let's see, I got this hump right here. I'm gonna mark that. Mark that. Yep, you're going down. You're going down, boy. Little snaky. All right, there we go. And that'll help kind of. So I don't know when I'll be able to do this again. Hopefully someday. I doubt Saturday. I'll probably just be too damn tired. Right. Going hiking tomorrow, and hiking in Hawaii is a bit more intense than hiking in a lot of places. Right. You can up the notch a level or two. On difficulty. So if it says easy, it might just be a medium, and part of that's going to depend on rain, which you're not going to know until you get there. So usually, because I don't live on that part of the island, I live a dry part of the island. Here I can say nope, didn't rain, and I'm probably right. But I work in the middle part of the island, and those clouds roll up and down the middle part of the island. That's where a lot of the waterfalls and things like that are. And if it's rained a lot recently, like it rains in the middle part of the island just about every day, even in the summer, then that's going to be a much more difficult hike. So, but that's for me to worry about, and if I don't survive, this series will be done. So, but I should. All right, there we go. I think it's going to be it for video 7, and we'll pick back up, and that mythical next time will be You Carve a Wand with Me. Have a good night.